Hi guys, hi. This is Eva from Bay Harbor, Med Spa, Miami, and Atlanta. Hi Elijah, good morning, honey. Good morning. You're up early. Wow. Okay, soon to be 11 o'clock. Hi guys. Thank you for the hearts. Good morning, happy Sunday. I am in Georgia, in Atlanta. Guys, the weather, not in Florida, not in Georgia, is great. Thank you. It's great. It's just like, rainy, yucky, not great weather. However, I guess when weather is not good, people like to come and go to places and stay in places comfortable. So I'm actually super busy this whole week that I'm here, and I have somebody. Hi YouTube. I have somebody coming very shortly in a couple of minutes. But I just wanted to speak about something that a lot of people don't understand why, or don't understand why or how many laser treatments a person requires. So I just want quickly to elaborate on this and tell you what you require and why. So laser hair removal is not a one-time treatment. Laser hair removal requires minimum 12 treatments, but I actually guarantee you that you will require much more than 12 treatments. Now, why is that? Why can't laser hair removal do laser within one or two treatments or six treatments, as some companies advertise? Very simple. Human hair, this, guys, this hair, human hair, grows in cycles and in stages. Cycles and in stages. A full cycle of a human hair is 3 months, let's say for a woman. In this 3 months period, there are 3 stages of the hair growth. There's the growing stage, the in-between, and the sleeping stage. Laser can kill the hair only when it is in the growing stage, which means if most of you know that the human body is more than 70% water. For 2 weeks, when the hair is in the growing stage, all this is surrounded by salt water, by water. When the laser beam goes from here down here, there is a reaction that happens down here. And if you can look very clearly, you see a blue line and a red vein. These blue and red veins are the ones that carry food, oxygen, hormones, nutrition through the blood into the hair follicle. When the hair follicle is in the growing stage, which is only 2 weeks out of 3 months, the laser beam that goes down here cauterizes, basically chops off these blood vessels that are here, these 2 blood vessels. And since blood vessels no longer support the hair follicle, there is no food, there is no oxygen, there is no nutrition, there are no hormones, this follicle will die. Now, this only happens every 3 months, generally. So if you make your calculation, you will understand that it cannot be done in one sitting. It cannot be done in 2 sittings. It cannot be done in 6 sittings. Impossible. You have to go through the cycles, because if you really think about it, you get maximum 4.5 to 5 cycles in a year. Now, not all hairs are born on Monday, go to sleep on Friday. However, in order for this to happen, all these hairs have to go through their cycle and become and get into the anagen stage, into the growing stage. And something else. On a square inch of skin, so this is enlarged, this is a model, but on a square inch of skin, you and I have over 1,000 hair follicles. Monisha, hi. Over 1,000 hair follicles. These hair follicles, under normal circumstances, if somebody doesn't have hormonal imbalance, doesn't have anything, let's say like me, I maybe will get 1 or 2 hairs in my lifetime on my upper lip. Contrary, somebody that has hormonal imbalance, somebody that suffers from PCOS, somebody that has endometriosis, somebody that has diabetes, somebody that has Hashimoto disease, somebody that has issues, hormonal issues, they might have 300 of these follicles, 400 of these follicles, 500 of these follicles active. This is why not all fits everybody. It's a process. Some people require more treatment, some people require less treatment. If you have hormonal imbalance, I promise you that you will require 30, 40 treatments until we are done. I win eventually, but it's a process. I also want to tell you that I don't penalize anybody. I only charge for 12 treatments. Any treatments that you require after the 12 treatments is free. I don't charge anybody until we destroy all the hair follicles. But this is why laser is not a one-time treatment. Yes, it is permanent, but it's not a one-time treatment because it has to get the hair in the growing stage. And this only happens once every 3 weeks. So laser is done every 5 weeks on a regular basis. And every 5 weeks, if you don't have a hormonal imbalance, if you don't have excessive stimulated hair follicles, I kill anywhere between 7 to 10%. So let's say on an average, I will kill, let's say you have 100 hairs, I kill between 7 to 10 hairs. It's not exactly like this, but it's an approximation. And when I do that, each time after each laser, when you go home, about a week later, you will see suddenly bald spots because this hair, because I killed it, within a week it will push out, fall out. And you will see little bald spots. There is no hair here, there is no hair here. Look, so you will have a missing hair here, a missing hair here. So here's what happens. The hair pushes out, falls out, that hair is dead. But there is 10,000 other hairs that are still active. So we have to repeat it until we get all the hair follicles in the growing stage until we kill it. P.S. Electrolysis, which is the oldest modality of hair removal, works on the same principle, except that electrolysis is 120 years old, laser is 30 years old. Electrolysis requires, it's a painful process because it requires a needle to go into every single hair. So I have to insert a needle. You actually have to have the hair outside. I have to go in with the needle, and then I have to cauterize the hair follicles if indeed the hair follicle is in the growing stage. Thank you for the thumbs up. So this is how it works. Why electrolysis? Why am I generally saying to people don't wait for electrolysis? I will tell you why. Because electrolysis really hurts. What happens? I insert a needle. So first of all, I have to poke you. So if you have 2,000 hairs or 200 hairs, I have to go hair by hair by hair. I have to insert a needle. It hurts. I mean, you can say whatever you want. It hurts. You insert a needle. I insert a needle all the way down here. Then I press on a foot pedal and heat goes through the needle all the way down. Then if this is in the growing stage, it will cauterize it. Same thing like laser. What is the difference? The difference is day and night. Today, laser doesn't require needles. Laser is an opening. Picture an opening like this size, about 1 centimeter, 1 square centimeter of opening. So when I put the laser beam, so whatever is in this 1 square centimeter will be zapped. Now, not all hairs that will be zapped will be killed, but let's say you have 10 hairs or 15 hairs in this square centimeter that the laser beam zaps. So maybe you have 2 hairs or 3 hairs that are in the growing stage. Those hairs will be killed, and it's a millisecond. It's a millisecond. It's a tuck, 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 tuck. And compare the pain laser to electrolysis, it's sort of day and night. Laser is barely any discomfort. Electrolysis is 100% discomfort. Now, who do I do electrolysis on? Only people that have white hair. Why? Because laser doesn't see white or blonde hair. So if you waited too long, does a session only cover one chin or upper lip or neck, or can you do multiple areas? Yes, you can do the whole body. It makes no difference. A session, so just to answer the question, somebody on YouTube asked me if it covers the whole area or is it just per, no, you can do as many treatments. The determination of price is by area. So whether it's in laser, it's by area. So I do the upper lip as a price, the chin as a price, the neck as a price, underarm as a price, leg as a price, vagina as a price, penis as a price, anus as a price, bikini as a price, belly as a price, tush as a price, face as a price. Everything goes by areas. And you pay by area multiplied by 12. However, on electrolysis, it's different. You pay by time. So usually electrolysis goes by 5 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes per session, and there is a price for that. Electrolysis in the long run, if you have a lot of hairs, will become as costly or more costly than doing laser. So so you can do the whole body. There are people whose whole bodies I laser. So they lay down for a couple of hours and I go from top to bottom. It's just a question of dollars and cents. How much money you can afford to pay to do it, or you do it in installments. But usually women that come to see me, they do, if you have your face, people do face, underarms, bikini, that just sort of goes. Now, if you have hormonal imbalance, you have hair on your breast, then you do your breast. You have hair on your chest, then you do your chest. If you have hair on your tush, you do your tush. If you have hair on your back, you do your back. It's just, it just depends where the problem is. But again, I will go back. Electrolysis and laser is day and night. The discomfort with laser and the speed with which laser works is also day and night. So only people that have white hairs or blonde hairs cannot do laser, and then they are stuck in the predicament of having to do electrolysis. Do I do electrolysis? Sure, because laser is only 30 years really active on the market. Electrolysis exists already 120 years. So yeah, so I do electrolysis, but I can tell you categorically, every woman that comes to see me, every single woman comes to see me. And I specialize, so in my Noonan Atlanta location, so in my Miami Beach location, every woman that comes to see me and has white hair says, Ava, why didn't I know you before? I am so ready to be done with electrolysis. I'm so ready because it is, there are tears coming down of people. It hurts. It's just, there's no way about it. But we have no choice, because if you have white hairs, laser won't work. So that's that. Let me just read what she said. What did you ask? What if there is a mix of white hairs and dark hairs? The laser will only treat the dark hairs? Or, okay, you are correct. So the question was, what if you have salt and pepper hair? So if you have salt and pepper hair, the way it works is like this. And that's another thing. When you have white hair, you cannot shave it. You must leave the hair long enough so I can hold it with a tweezer. For laser, you can have no hair. All this has to be shaved before laser treatments. So here's what happens. If you have salt and pepper hair, you have to let all the hair grow out. No choice. And it has to be at least 3 days to a week long. It just depends how quickly your hair grows. Then, when the hair grows out, we have an appointment. You come to see me. I first do electrolysis on all the white hairs. Once I am done with all the white hairs, then I go and then I shave you. And then I do laser on all the black hairs. So that's how it works if you have salt and pepper hair. So that's how it works. But I always say to everybody, please don't wait until your hair gets white. If you have facial hair, if you have body hair and you want to get rid of it, let me tell you, listen, 99.9%, none of you that watch me will ever come to see me, because just our circumstances. Because you are not in Georgia, or you're not in Atlanta, or you are not in Miami Beach. So I am not selling you anything. I'm giving you education, I'm teaching you. And I am telling you that when you have hairs, you want to get rid. No woman wants to walk around with hair. No woman, and no guy actually that have ingrown hairs want to walk around with hairs. And no black woman wants to go walk around with hair, with facial hairs. But it's something that is really, really a big problem for a lot of black women. And a lot of black women suffer from PCOS, and they absolutely do not know that they have this condition. It's a long story, and I'm not going to bore you because I have somebody coming very soon. But I can just tell you, I rather not buy a pair of shoes. I rather not buy a designer handbag. I rather take a loan. I rather save my money. I rather do whatever I have to do to get rid of the hairs on my body, on my face, something that I don't want to have, something that no woman wants to have. No woman wants to look like a man. No woman, and there is no woman, and you cannot tell me that women don't care. No woman wants to walk around with discoloration, with marks from plucking the hair, with marks from ingrown hair. And if you're a black woman or dark woman, you know that when you leave the hair, and the hair becomes ingrown hair, that ingrown hair creates an inflammation. That inflammation creates a discoloration, and it's a vicious cycle. And then everything becomes discolored. Everything becomes absolutely dark. And then you have not only the hair, then you have to start lightening the treatment. Now, luckily for those of you who just come to see me, I developed a lightening treatment for black skin, for the face and for the body, like for the bikini. Eva, I love you. I've been watching you on YouTube for years, live in the Midwest. Do you do online consultation? I want to get started with you. Yes, I do. Call me. My number is 305. First of all, thank you. Secondly, the number is 305-864-3333. 305-864-3333. I don't know if you are white or black. However, if you're in the Midwest, for you, it's easier to come to Georgia, to Atlanta. It's cheaper. Okay, so it's easier for you to come to Atlanta. I have people who fly from Chicago here. I have people who come from Arizona. I have people who come, okay, it's not the Midwest, but Chicago is up there. And you can fly, if you can figure out, the cheapest airline, call me your dreams. Hi, the cheapest airline is Spirit Airline. So if there is an airport, if there is a way that you can come from the Midwest, and you can get Spirit Airline to come to Atlanta, then it's cheap. It's really cheap, and you would have to come once every 5 weeks. Yes, you're required to put a budget onto it. But if you do that and you don't have white hairs, yet if you have white hairs, we're Tel Aviv, we have no choice and we have to do both. But in general, I'm speaking, I just speak as a woman, as a human being. I honestly don't know one person that wants to have facial hair, that wants to have hair. It's just like, it's so not feminine, and one woman wants to go and hide. So coming from the Midwest, look, in the reason I opened Georgia is so that I opened this Noonan, Georgia, Atlanta location 6 years ago, and I opened it just so I make it possible for women to come. So I have people who drive here from Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Tallahassee, Gainesville, Jacksonville, North Florida. So they drive to Noonan, because Florida is a very long state. So if you go from the Panhandle, from Florida, it's 7 hours. But if you go to Georgia, where I am, it's only 5 hours. So people drive to see me. Listen, people drive to see me. People drive. Sometimes people go like from Virginia, They go, they sleep in North Carolina, and then they come and they drive straight through for 5.5 hours, and they get here and they do laser. And I'm talking about black people, because, you know, my expertise, and women and men don't want hair. It's just, and people want proper people to treat them and to take care of them. I have white hairs in some areas, chin and neck, or dark hairs on upper lip. I still wear surgical mask as a way of hiding my hairs in between waxing and tweezing. Okay, I understand that. If I can give you a recommendation, this is just for generally. Stop waxing, stop tweezing. Okay, stop waxing and stop tweezing. And this is for everybody. I'll tell you why. If you wax your hair, people don't understand this in black skin. Black skin is 100 times more sensitive than white skin. If you wax your hair, you're pulling on the skin. You're actually making the skin darker. Waxing will make the skin darker. And you can see this on your upper lip. Very often people do this in chin. Number one. Tweezing, because we are so obsessed with the hair, tweezing, we pinch the hair. We pinch the skin to get the hair, because the hair, you feel it, you just can't get it. So you pinch the skin. What happens when you pinch black skin? It leaves marks. So tweezing and waxing is a no-no. I will teach you something until you can make it, or generally for everybody. Guys, the best thing to do for shaving is shaving on all skin. But how? This is what I want you to do. I want you to go to Walmart, Walgreens, Target, whatever. I want you to buy 5 blade razors. The blades go like this. They are diagonal. They are 5 blades. They're like this. And everybody must have hair conditioner at home. This is what I want everybody to do. Whether it's your vagina, underarms, or face, makes no difference. Go in the shower, make yourself wet, cross the water, take the hair conditioner, put it all over where you have hair, where you want to shave. And then shave with the 5 blade razor. 2 things will happen. The hair conditioner, what does hair conditioner do? It makes your hair soft, so you can comb it. The same thing it will do for the hair on your body. It will make it soft. So when you shave it, and when you shave it with a 5 blade razor, you're shaving in an angle, diagonal, in an angle. So when you're shaving in an angle, the hair doesn't grow like a tube, like straight, but it grows, when it comes out, it grows in an angle. So it's more like pointy. You know, like you go to the hairdresser and you can either cut straight hair, or the hairdresser cuts the hair in an angle. And then it's like pointy. But that's exactly what will happen if you shave with a 5 blade razor and hair conditioner. You will avoid pinching the skin. You will avoid discoloration. You will avoid ingrown hairs for the most time. And the hair that grows out will be finer. How often can you shave? Every day. Makes no difference. But usually people, Eden Casa, hi. Talala, hi. Loving Life, hi. I didn't see you. This is the way I would say to everybody, shave, and it makes no difference. And then, in addition, if you have ingrown hairs, guys, if you have ingrown hairs on the skin, I'm not trying to sell you, but I'm trying to be logical and practical about this, and I know what works. So if you have ingrown hairs and you already have discoloration, and you cannot afford to come to see me, or whatever the circumstances are, I would say that you get my Mini Eva Skin Lightening Kit for the face. Mini Eva Daydreaming High. Mini Eva Skin Lightening Kit for the face. And I tell you why. The Mini Eva Skin Lightening Kit for the face has 6 items in it. but it has 3 items that are super, super, super important for black skin, for dark skin, and for the ingrown hairs. The first thing it has is a microdermabrasion scrub. I make it myself. So the microdermabrasion scrub, so when you do the treatment, you use them, take the microdermabrasion scrub and you scrub, you abrade the skin. What you're doing by that, you're removing the top layers of your skin completely, but you are abrading. You're taking anything that's in the pores out. Then you rinse it. After you rinse it, there's a microneedle roller in there. Then you open the microneedle roller and you start rolling. The microneedle roller creates little micro channels into the skin. And then, which we want. And then you take mandelic acid with a Q-tip and you apply the mandelic acid with a Q-tip. And then you leave it, you start with 2 or 3 minutes. But what happens is the mandelic acid, the 3 things that I just mentioned will help to lighten the skin, unclog the skin, antibacterial, antimicrobial. It does all that. And you will start, it's not overnight, it's not bleaching, it's lightening. But the whole treatment helps tremendously also with ingrown hairs because you're doing it twice a week and you're removing the top layers of the skin. So is the microdermabrasion, so is the mandelic acid. And there are other things in the kit. There is a lightening serum, a lightening gel, a neutralizer. The kit for the face is only $235. It's not the end of the world. However, I would wholeheartedly recommend every woman that has facial hair, that is discoloration, that was plucking or is plucking, is tweezing, waxing. You have damage and you know that. So this will help very much. It's like when you come to my clinic in Atlanta or in Miami Beach, I look at your skin and then I pretty much can tell. Some people, I say, no, don't buy the kit because you don't need it. It will go away there because they don't have ingrown hairs. The discoloration, if it's not too heavy, will go away with time as we progress. But if you come and you already have a lot of discoloration from pinching the skin and from ingrown hairs, then everybody, I say, okay, on top of laser, you're buying the kit and you're going to do the treatments at home. And this will make a huge, huge difference. It really, really changes. Now, as I said, I have 2 kits. I have 1 kit for the face and then a kit from the neck down for the body. Like if you have the same thing, if you have ingrown hair, discoloration on your bikini, which is a very common thing, or if you have the same thing under your armpits, you do buy there's a kit for the body. And if you want to know where to buy the kit, my website is Eva Taub Skincare. So EVATAUB Skincare. So Eva Taub Skincare. For Instagram, you have my name because it's the same thing as my Instagram, but it's evataubskincare.com, and that's where you can buy the lightening kit. YouTube, you guys don't have it. And just on a note, why you don't have it, and it's under a different name. Whoever said before, that I love you and I watch you, I'm very happy that you found me. But for YouTube people, you might not know that my YouTube channel, which was Eva Taub Skincare, was stolen, was destroyed, was hacked March 1st. And they destroyed the channel, they erased it completely. They hacked the channel, they hacked my emails, they hacked my passwords. It was done for a very simple reason, because I specialize in black skin, and because I talk to black women and black men, and because I educate, and it didn't sit right with the people who are behind the curtains. Yes, that's what happened to my channel. So I had over 70 million people on that channel that watched what I had to say, and I have lost the channel. YouTube is not willing to give me back the channel, although they have the copy of the channel. the story, my strong belief, is that this was an inside job from Google, because when in reality, this is all I do my whole life. Before I came to America, I treated black skin. I lived all over the world. And I do this for 12 years. I do over 2,000 videos. There was no reason. The only reason to get rid of my channel was because I talk to black women and black men, and because my videos are mainly, and my treatments are mainly directed to dark skin. And if you say, but why, Eva? I'll tell you why. That's my opinion. Knowledge is power. Just remember that. Knowledge is power. Education is power. If I give you the knowledge and I give you the tools, you can decide for yourself and you will make the right decisions. You don't need the government to decide for you. But if I take away the knowledge, I will keep you dependent on other people. I will keep you dependent and wondering. I provided tools exactly how I explain you what to do and how to do laser hair removal and why you shouldn't do it, and how I tell you guys, 99.9% I will never see any of you. I do this because I think that it is my duty as a person that does this over 40 years. I am of age that I can leave a mark in this world when I disappear, that people will have the tools to go and learn Brezan High, to go and learn from my videos. Unfortunately, YouTube didn't want it, Google didn't want it. And if you say like, how do I know? I'll tell you how. YouTube is Google. Google has a copy of every single video, on in their archives. We send communication, we send letters, we send information 3 times, because they hacked. And I believe that my channel was hacked, and the way it was done, most of you know that if you have Gmail, in order for you today, or go to YouTube channel, in order for you to go to the channel, not only is it enough for you to put a passcode, but they verify on your phone, on your cell phone, that indeed it is you. You say, yes, it's me, and then they let you in. Well, when they hacked into my channel, there were no emails from Google. There was nothing. When they hacked into my YouTube channel, there was nothing. When they hacked into my passcodes, there was nothing. So I know as a fact that this is an inside job, because they hacked my passcodes, and because they hacked my bank accounts. They emptied all my bank accounts. But the result of emptying my bank accounts was only to cover up the real motive behind removing my channel. So I should think that it were hackers and they were after everything that I have. YouTube, Google didn't count with the fact that my case, because it was hacked and I had very sensitive information, the case went to the police. From the police, it went to the FBI. And I cannot share everything with you, but I can tell you that they are very close to find out who from Google did it. Now, it wasn't the person that works for Google, but it was the brother or the cousin of a person that works. Google employs thousands of people. So does YouTube. So it's not the person that did it. It's a friend, a relative. And we are very, very close to getting the tracks, because the FBI is looking at it, because as I said, there was a lot of sensitive information in my passcodes, and that was of that was of an interest to a lot of people. So I know. And can I just tell you, and I will share this with you because I'm angry. I'm pissed, I'm angry. But remember this, guys. I was born in a communistic country. I escaped communism, and I know how things work. and I have elbows, and I fight my whole life. But I want to tell you something. I want to share with you something. This channel that YouTube is watching me on, this channel, Instagram is still okay. It's like they leave me alone for right now. How long Mark Zuckerberg will leave me alone, I don't know. I can tell you that on Facebook, anytime I put a video and I say on Facebook, black skin, Lisa have black skin, ingrown hairs, the video is removed because the word black skin. So that's that. But Instagram, for some reason, I can upload videos. But I will prove you right now. And every black patient, I'm right now in Georgia, every black client of mine, I show it to them. I have it, I'm saving it. You know Google Maps? Now, I have an account for Google Maps for Georgia, and I have an account for Google Maps for Miami. For the last 5 weeks, every single picture that I upload to Google Maps and I want to write something, and all my pictures are my clients, all my pictures are black, all the people are black, everything I talk is black, all the products that I make is for black skin. Every single upload, Google says removed, and they give an excuse. I communicated with Google Maps 10 times. I have the emails because one day I will make it all public. So all black people should know who Google really is, who YouTube really is, and what is the agenda behind. So the last email I got from Google talking about this, but makes no difference. African American makes no difference. Dark skin makes no difference. Everything is the same thing. It makes no difference. There is a mark on my head. There is a mark on me. I put a flower. We tested this. I put a flower as a picture. I uploaded a picture of a flower. They removed it. There is a red mark on me, on my head. I cannot upload length or height. I cannot upload any picture on my and write something because it's targeting people of color. It's targeting, and I give education. So I have, but just listen. And I have the email, I have the answer from Google. So Google sent me customer service for Google Maps. And I spoke to this Filipino woman and I said, listen, you only work for Google. You are not white either. You have dark color. I said, today they come for me because I am trying to empower and educate black people. I said, today they come for me, tomorrow they will come for you. I said, so when you say, no, Google is not racist, I said, you are mistaken. They are super racist. They just hide behind something. They have an agenda. And the agenda is not to give you education. So the email that they sent me back, and I saved it. The email said, oh, we want to inform you about the search that we did on your Google Maps. We can see that all your pictures are being removed. We know why, but we can't tell you why. Have you heard anything like this? We know why, but we can't tell you why. I said to them, tell me, are you guys crazy? Like, you know why, but you won't tell me why? What infringement? What is it? It's me, it's my clients, it's my patients. Either I do laser, either I pre-cool, either the patient is talking, either the patient is giving testimonial. Now, false, hi. What? Look, guys, I know what I know. I am old enough. I've been through a lot of political upheavals and systems. I know how things work. And I am telling you, so I cannot upload anything where I would write. Anything on my Google Maps. I cannot. Now, to YouTube. This channel that you are watching me on, which is Bay Harbor Med Spa 2, this channel, I can tell you, and God is my witness, I'm not lying to you. This channel was created years ago. We made this channel as a secondary channel when we looked and we realized that for 7 years, I have 140,000 subscribers. And we said, how can you have 70 million people watching you and for 7 years you have 140,000 subscribers? Something is not right in China. And we figured out that YouTube was stifling me. Why? Because I am popular, because I speak to black people, because I educate black people, because I give information to black people, because I am not lying to black people, because I want black women to be empowered, to be knowledgeable, to be successful, to have a great marriage, to have a great life, because I speak the truth, because I want a unit, a family unit for every black woman. My subscribers, later on, people would tell me, oh, why didn't I get it? I'm subscribed to YouTube channel. Obviously, you are subscribed, but you don't get it because YouTube was stifling me in every possible way. But let me just tell you, for this channel, Bay Harbor Med Spa, they tried, and I have the evidence, and we already moved it to the FBI, twice in the last 2 weeks, they tried to do exactly the same thing that they did with the channel that they destroyed. They tried exactly the same thing. So we forwarded it. They are trying to get rid of this channel as well. They can't tell me openly, but the mere fact that a Filipino girl from YouTube said to me, and I have the email, I can prove it all, and I will prove it in a public court of opinion one day when the time is right. That they know why, but they can't tell me. That tells me everything. That tells me everything. So, am I here on borrowed time for the black community? Yes, I am here on borrowed time. You bet that. Am I going to lie down and let the train run me over? Absolutely not. Am I going to continue to fight for black women? Absolutely yes. And if you say, but Eva, why? You are white. I will give you the answer why. First of all, I'm a human being. And I was raised, and the way I was raised was, there are only two kinds of people in the world, good and bad people. That's it. I never knew color. Color was not a determining factor for me to say something is good or something is bad. Because I traveled all over the world and I lived overseas and I lived in countries and dealt with black skin and black people, I developed in my profession the knowledge and the experience because I lived with black people to treat black skin. My daughter is dark. Her father was dark. My daughter suffered tremendously. Hi, JC. My daughter suffered tremendously from PCOS. Thank you. From PCOS when she was 14, then endometriosis, then Hashimoto disease. And if any woman, black woman knows or white woman knows about PCOS and endometriosis, you know it's a horrible disease. My daughter had stage 4. I suffered with her for 30 years, ladies, 30 years. And she's my only child. So not only was she hairy from the top of her forehead to the toes, she had hair on her toes. She was hairy everywhere because of PCOS. She had stage 4 endometriosis. And she went through hell and back for 30 years. And I can tell you that for 25 years, when she would get her period, I would inject her with morphine because the pain was excruciating. Excruciating. My daughter had 18 surgeries. She lost 70% of her organs because endometriosis is a horrible disease. It's worse than cancer because there's no cure. All you have to do is go and exercise, cut and cut and cut and cut and cut. So that was one of the determining factors when I said, when I'm going to treat a black woman and black women that have hormonal imbalance, that I'm never going to charge $1 more than the basic minimum that you will pay for 12 treatments. I treat people here in Georgia already for 45 treatments. The woman paid for 12, but she's coming for 5 years because she's refusing for other issues that she has. She's refusing to go and get birth control, get hormonal treatment, get IUD. She refuses, whatever the reasons are. And it is only now that I'm coming toward the end that 80% of her hair is finally gone. But I never charge her $1 more. Never. It's because I understand the plight of this condition. So this is why I made it my mission to treat Black women, to treat Black men, to help Black women. And if you say, okay, like when I mentioned, like, I want every Black woman to be happy, I want every Black woman to be married, I want every Black woman to have a family unit. Why? I'll tell you why. And I think every Black woman that suffers from unwanted hair will absolutely identify with what I'm saying. What Black woman wants to go to bed, have sex with a man, and take off her makeup if she has all discoloration from plucking and from ingrown hairs? No woman. What Black man wants to kiss and have sex with a Black woman that feels like a man? Nobody. Here is where I come into the play. Because I teach, because I educate. When I give you the tools, when I speak to you, and I speak to you mothers, and I speak to you grandmothers, and I say, guys, if you have a child, if you have a sister, if it is you, don't buy bullshit, don't buy sneakers, don't buy handbags. Take your child, invest the money, and have your child lasered with a young laser. Treat it. Go to an endocrinologist. Treat it. Because if you do that at a very young age, you're preparing your child or you yourself for success. Because you do laser for several years. You go to an endocrinologist. You figure out what is off. You treat it. Eventually, your skin will be smooth exactly like mine. Eventually, you will not be ashamed, you will not be embarrassed, and you will not take the next best guy that you see just because nobody wants you, because you don't have the confidence. But if you have the confidence, and yes, hair and discoloration has a lot to do with confidence in women. If you have the confidence, first of all, you look for a better job. You look for a better company. You become more choosy. And that's the right thing to do. And you just don't pick up the first guy that comes arky-parky around, and you go to bed with him, and because, you know, he's a nobody, he's a nothing, you have a child with him. And then you have 5 or 6 children, and you don't have a husband. And you don't have a father for your children, because it all started from here, from insecurity. So if I teach you, if I provide you the tools, I give you the tools, I know that I will make a change in your life. I know that I will make your life better. Because if you listen to me, if you share my information with other people, I will make your life better. You, your sister, your cousin, your girlfriend, your child will make better choices, because they will have the self-confidence to go and do this as and choose the right person and choose the right profession for them and have a successful, happy life. I should have $1 for every single woman, married woman, Black woman that comes to see me over the 38 years that I'm in America, that said to me, you know, Eva, I'm so embarrassed. I don't want my husband to see me. I don't want my husband to see me. Yesterday, I love that woman very, very much. We became very, very close. But I absolutely admire her because she's a Black woman. She works very hard. Those people who followed me, you know, I share an anecdotal because my client just called and said that there is a problem on the highway, so she's really delayed. This woman has 4 children, and I think there were 2 different fathers or 3 different fathers to the children, whatever the circumstances were. Here in Georgia, when we met, she had 2 jobs. She works in a big establishment, and she works there for 8 hours. From that establishment, she would run to Olive Garden, and she had a second job. Ladies and gentlemen, she had 4 children at home. She has a daughter who was a valedictorian, black woman, valedictorian in her school here in Georgia, because she did everything. She worked like a coolie 7 days a week. And we had a lot of deep conversations. And her daughter plays the violin. It's just like, but if you think about it, how much work this woman had to put in. And I don't know what led to her circumstances, that she had children with other men, but whatever the circumstances were, when we met, she had a whole face of hair and she had discoloration all over her face, her neck. She would come here, it would take 10 minutes in the bathroom to remove her makeup. Yesterday she was here. Now her mother comes also, and she said to me yesterday, she said, Eva, do you know that for the last 2 days, I went to work without makeup? And we know each other for years. And I said, you don't need makeup. She said, no, I realized I don't need makeup. She said, thanks to you, because I got rid of the hair and she's using the lightening treatment. The discoloration went away. She might have like 3, 4, 5 spots still left from 2,000 spots that she had. And she said, somebody at work said, oh, I didn't know you had freckles. She said, yes. So this is my satisfaction. This is my satisfaction. And when I said that some of you that follow me, if you follow the video, I spoke about her years ago. I'm just bringing this up because it made me very angry when she worked at the Olive Garden, when she would tell me that actually, she would tell me that black people don't tip. And she said that sometimes she would work on a table of 10, 11 people, and the people would not tip. They would leave the 75 cents, whatever the most. And she said, Eva, I don't understand it. She said, it's heavy plates. I bring all the food. I give them the service. How can I live on tips? Because the hourly wages is $2.50 that she gets from Olive Garden, and she lives on tips. And she said from her tips, and I spoke about this, from her tips, she needs to pay the busboy, I think 15%, so he gets some tips. So she said, I service a table with 10 or 11 people, they give me no tip. I, from the bill, have to take 15% and give high bargain and give to the busboy. So I made that video about this because I was so angry, I was so upset. And I said, guys, have empathy, have compassion. You go to Olive Garden, somebody services you. Don't stiff them. You give them a tip. Remember, waitresses work on tips. They don't get paid $2.50 or $3 per hour. They work on tips. So I'm just bringing this up because anybody that watched my videos, I actually made a video because I was so angry. And I just needed to make sure that people understand that, and if you don't have the $5 or $10 or $12 to give tip, don't go to a restaurant, then cook or go to a hamburger place, but don't stiff. These people work very, very hard, and it's heavy. These plates are very heavy, and they deserve the tip. So it just, but I brought her up because it just came to my mind how hard she worked, what accomplishment she made. But this was a huge problem. And as I said, she would be with heavy makeup. I tell you, 10 minutes in the bathroom with the wipes to take all the makeup off because I cannot do laser makeup. And when she said to me yesterday, she said, Eva, for 2 days I go to work, I don't put any makeup. And it's all because of you. It makes my day. It makes my work worthwhile. And this is why I'm saying to you guys, don't wait. Do laser hair removal as soon as you have hair. If you have children, if you are mothers, please do laser hair removal. Thanks, Barker. Do laser hair removal. Spend the money on your children. I can, it just, things come to my mind. In Miami Beach, I have a client. The mother is a nurse, works super hard. She works double shifts. Whatever the story is, she's a black mother. She has an 18-year-old boy. Because the boy started to get ingrown hairs. And how do I know that she's so hardworking? First of all, she's always tired. She works double shifts in the hospital. And when she brought her boy, I love the boy. He's an 18-year-old boy. He's very, 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 very lovely young man. And she brought him and she said, Miss Ava, I want you to, I don't want him to have ingrown hairs. She knows that she wants to put her child in the world with as good and as possible, for smooth skin, not having ingrown hairs. The bill was only $2,100 to do this for the whole treatment. And she had to split it with her partner because she only had $1,000 that she could pay. And then her partner gave this is why I know that, money is an issue. But as a mother, she did the right thing for her son. And she wanted her son to have a good start in life and take one extra thing away from him so she builds up his self-confidence. And this is what I'm saying to all the mothers, to all the women, to all the aunts, to all the grandmothers, to all the sisters. When you have a child, when you have a teenager and they have unwanted hairs, do everything you can to find a place that does YAG laser hair removal, that know what they are doing. Not only that they have the YAG laser, but that they know, that they specialize in black skin. And take your child, take your grandchild, take your niece, take them, get them treated. At what age can you take them? A girl, as soon as she gets her period. Because when you get your period, that's when your hormones now become from child to a womanhood. So that's when your hormones become active. So this is why I am telling you that you should invest. This is not an expense, it's an investment in the future. And if you have a child, if you have a family member and they have hair, don't let them pluck, don't let them wax. Find a place. There are places that do YAG laser hair removal. I know that for sure. There are places in America. Okay, there are no in Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee is none. You come to see me in Georgia. Okay, in the South, I understand it's not so much, but I'm sure that you can find in New York people. You can find in Los Angeles. I'm sure you can find in Washington, D.C. You can find people that do YAG laser hair removal where there is a bigger black population. Yeah, it's a specialty, but that's what I do. That's my specialty. I treat black skin. That's what I specialize in my whole life before I came to America. So yeah, so I specialize so in skin treatments, so in discoloration, so in ingrown hairs, everything for black skin. So that's it. Guys, my dog was barking, which tells me the person is here. So I am going to go now. My telephone number is 305-864-3333. Barker, can you write down my website, Ava Taub Skincare, on Instagram? Can you just write it out? Those of you who want to buy the lightning kit, I think somebody will write it out for me, evataubskincare.com, EVATAUB, skin, SKIN, care, skincare.com. evataubskincare.com is the website where you can get the lightning treatment. There is one for the face. There is one, I only have 2 kits. So one is for the face and the more expensive one is for the body. That's what you do. If you want to come to Georgia, if you want to come to Florida, my telephone number is 305-864-3333. 305-864-3333. Guys, keep this number. Because if tomorrow, for some reason, I will be removed from YouTube, because I am educating, I'm speaking, I'm helping black women. Anything can happen. Because I see how it's going. They're just trying to stifle me and get rid of me. At least you have my telephone number. And then you can reach me. So it's 305-864-3333 is my telephone number, and you have the website, so you can contact me. I wish you a wonderful weekend. I wish you a lovely day, and I will be back one of these days. I'm going because she's parking. I thank you. Bye, guys. Stay safe. Ciao, ciao, Eva. Bye.